not a step further. No one is allowed into the city without an entry permit.
Have there been any Alb attacks here recently?
With Zakor on our northern border, there are always Alb troops coming through on their way somewhere, but they don't seem to be attacking us here for the moment.
But have you heard anything about Alexiters traveling through Abessa?
Yeah, I have now that you mention it. Alexiter Calyx was reported to have headed north with a few combat units and a troop of mechs.
Okay. Calyx, isn't he my brother? I think.
Alexiter Calyx, so he's been promoted. Tell me, how long ago did Alexiter Calyx head north?
A few days ago. They must be back at the Ice Palace in Zakor by now. What's with the interest in Alexiters? You go chasing them, you'll just find trouble. And I don't want them tracing that trouble back here.
I'm asking so I can avoid them.
Don't treat me like a rookie. You sound like someone who wants a showdown. So let me give you a warning. That approach is gonna get you and anyone close to you killed.
Where can I get an entry ID?
You can't. We're full. We're short of supplies. So the decision has come down to close the gates. The full allocation of entry IDs has been given out, and we have instructions not to let anyone else in. Those outlaws have us stretched enough as it is. I'm not saying you're working with them, but until law and order is reestablished, we can't risk any more undesirables joining up with them. You'll have to wait till all this is over and done with. Say, there's a bunch of others who can't get in who've taken up residence in some houses near here. Why don't you join up with them?
Mission locked out. Huh. Oh, we done gimped ourselves somehow. That's interesting. And there's no way over the wall, it looks like. Well, I've inadvertently somehow locked the mission by asking about that. I suppose we'll just chat to this guy quickly and see what he has to say about it. But I've also leveled up, so I'm curious to go back to the Berserker place.
Are the whole heart of trade. What's the world without trade? Going on?
Yeah.
No one knows what's going on.
No one knows what's going on.
I feel really bad about it.
I wouldn't mind going back to the Berserker place as well, soon.
Are you completely sure? I mean, yeah, what the fuck?
I want to get into the city. Can you get me in?
Have you tried to get in yet?
Yes, I went to the gate.
And? You got turned away, right?
I wouldn't be here otherwise.
Okay. I can offer you a way to get into the city, but it's risky because you might not get out again. At least not if they confiscate your ID.
Why won't I be able to get out?
Alright. I just hope things don't go the same way they did with Cooper. The clerics have shut the city up tight. They won't let anyone who doesn't have a valid ID through the gate. Not in, not out.
Why would the clerics stop people leaving the city?
They're stopping them meeting up with us. That's what I heard. Paranoid assholes. Anyway, we're off the point. You want in, right? And I can give you a counterfeit ID that will get you in. But, once you're inside there, I need you to go and take an ID card to Cooper. That way he can come back out again. Like I say, I can get you in, but I also need you to help me out. You good with that? Does that sound like a deal?
Saving first.
Deal. Give me the ID, and I'll meet Cooper.
Good, right. That's the plan. Long term. You see, Wick has all the blank IDs. So before I can get you an ID, I need you to get me Wick.
Where is Wick?
Well, that there is a good question. You see, he's been gone for a while. He'd gone over to the ruins to see if there was anything worth scavenging there, and hasn't come back. You should look for him over to the northwest if you're in a hurry to get into the city. Just look through all the houses. He should still be there, scavenging.
Those creatures need dealing with.
Yeah, they always need dealing with,
So
but...
annoying.
Okay.
So annoying.
It's interesting. So it's a long-term thing, unfortunately, which is I'm going to probably forget about, and then I'm going to dig myself in the process, because I'm a bit worried the fact that that it said that fella's going to remember that. The guard. Oh, broom. Why not? Which makes me think he's going to recognize me if I try and give him fake ID, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I don't know, because the quest got locked out anyway. I can't see why they would lock you out of that city for all eternity, so there's going to be a way in there. Just a matter of finding the way in. In the meantime, I'm going to go back to the Berserker base and look at getting
This world
upgrades.
has so much to give.
Alrighty, let's put one more onto Dex so I can use the sword. Even though the sword is exactly the same as the axe for whatever reason, but I kind of want to use it. I just say it's aesthetically pleasing. What does this do exactly? Okay, I'll assign you to slot 2, suppose, and then use slot 3. So what happens then? If I do that and then that, oh, that's not good.
Trying to threaten me.
That's a big freaking shield, man. I feel like the world tree on it. I don't want that actually equipped. Kind of wish you could equip it to them both on number 1. That'd be really good. Okay, so we bought a shield as you saw because I've got enough constitution to wield it for some reason. I also went and did a few other upgrades, well, very minor ones where I got some skill points. Let's see if I can actually find it now. They're in here somewhere. I'll point them out when I find them. Okay, I was in survival. I've got survival 3. That's interesting. Okay, so I got armor 1, animal trophies. We already had that. Good eater gives me extra health from food, and that's just 1 out of 1. So if I look at my food now, let's have a look at something that meat. Oh my god. Oh, that is beautiful. That was worth spending a lot of Elex on. It's not cheap doing that stuff, but by gods it's worth it.
What goods have you got?
Understood.
Ooh, I want that broadsword. Need strength and dex eventually. Actually, you would be a good one to work for. Oh, you're two-handed, so... Great Wall, two-handed blade, fires a volcano. Ever since day, sword holds incredible power. Got a socket in it, but it's two-handed. Don't think I want... The damage is pretty good. I don't know, how many... Wooden shield? Why does it say damage? So what do you need? You need dex and strength. No idea what I just did
What are
then,
you
but...
doing with that damn technology?
I've only got like 1 point left, so I might as well pop it in my strength. There you go, 26. Feels like a waste, but anyway. I do want to get strength up to wield. I think strength is definitely a major part to play for most things in wielding items and armor and that, so that's all well and good. Now, I can go chat to our friend Kim about the mission we had. Actually, I can chat to you as well. Think about it. Hey, the guy, he died. About Crow.
About Kral.
Yes?
I found Kral. He's dead.
Then his crime has been paid for. Did you find the Elex there with him?
No, there was no Elex.
I feared as much. No doubt it has already fallen into the wrong hands. Thank you for your efforts. You achieved more than the guards did. One question, at least, now has an answer. Something has occurred to me. Perhaps you could help me with something.
What do you need?
I need someone less conspicuous than myself to do some inquiring. You see, I need some answers, but if I start asking questions, it might be as bad as me outright condemning the man in question. Suspicion sticks and people can start to see someone as guilty, even if there's nothing wrong. So, that is why I'd like you to do the asking. You see, there is a cultivator by the name of Ulrich, a willing and capable berserker. But there has been a change in him of late. Something I can't quite put my finger on. I would like you to speak to him and see if you can find out what is troubling him.
What do you suspect Oric's problem is?
Well, that's the issue. Suspicion is all I have. You see, Ulrich has continued with his tasks. He is polite and helpful, but there is a distance. He isn't as open as he used to be.
How can I find out what's wrong?
Just talk with him. See if you get the same feeling. He is someone who loves what he does. You should have no trouble getting him talking about his work in the seeding fields. It has long been a passion of his. But maybe that's it. Maybe he's seeking promotion. Or maybe he's just having a bad day. Whatever it is, he served us well, and if there is something wrong, I'd like to help him. I don't want him to be afraid to tell me of problems.
If Ulrich was having a bad day, why would that make you suspicious? He's probably having like a bad month to make you want to do stuff like that, but... Alright, haven't I talked to Ulrich before? I don't know. The healer carried and asked and cultivator Ulrich. Who? Where is Ulrich? If he's down there. Ah. Yeah, I get the feeling that I've already chatted to Ulrich before about life, love, and his seedlings. Pretty sure he's the fellow that I chatted to about the attacks that happened at some point. Can I use anything to make fire? Nope, no raw meat. I'm so happy that I got that increase for the meat thing though. That was beautiful. Kim. Right. Kim's down this way, I think. There you are, Kim. How's it going?
About Ascor's murder.
Oh my gosh. Wow, okay, we've got a lot to say.
I don't think Baron did it. Ascor was his friend, and Baron just wants to be left alone. I don't see why he'd murder anyone.
All right. Even though he knew Ascor better than most, yeah, you're right. He doesn't have the energy or the motive. Frankly, I only think Ragnar wanted Baron questioned in case he had seen anything. It looks like he didn't. Let's take him off the list for now.
Alright, I'll just step through these. So pretty much everyone's been knocked off the list except for you. Well, I suppose we'll go from top to bottom.
Thorgal wasn't anywhere near Goliath at the time of the murder, and he has witnesses to prove it.
Yeah, he's also too skilled a fighter to have left Ascor such a bloody mess. So, he's out as a suspect.
He likes me now.
Garen just wants to hunt. He didn't like Ascor, but I don't think he killed him. Besides, if he had killed Ascor, he'd have used his bow, not a sword.
Yeah, all Garen wants is to hunt. He'd have no motive for this.
It's not conclusive, but I don't think it was him.
I agree. I don't think it was him either. Let's take him off the list.
Eardor didn't have time to commit a murder. He's tending to the world hard and looking after supplies. Besides, he's just too weak to have killed Ascor in the way you described.
Yes, I agree. I don't think Eardor was capable of this. That's one less suspect for us.
Why is he admiring me?
Rock wasn't anywhere near Goliath when the murder was committed. He didn't like Ascor, but I don't think he could have done it. I'd say he didn't kill Ascor.
I didn't think he would have the opportunity, but Ragnar insisted I look into him. I guess Ragnar was wrong.
You recently became a warrior, didn't you? You and Ascor are both eligible to be paladins.
Yes, but trust me, I'm happier with my job collecting waifs and strays than becoming a paladin and going out to the front lines. I think I'm making more of a difference doing what I'm doing. Ascor, though, was a driven man. Becoming a paladin was all he wanted.
You were right. The investigation was a waste of time. It must have been someone outside of Dan. All of his suspects are innocent.
It's Ragnar we'll have to convince. He is certain one of them did it. He's not often wrong.
Then who do you think it was?
I don't know.
Then tell Ragnar that.
What about Baron? He didn't have a proper alibi, did he?
Oh yeah, yeah, Baron, he was the fellow who was asleep at his post. You make a good point.
There was no one there to say he was at his post, and of all the suspects, he knew Ascor the best.
Then it must be him.
Eh.
The others all have alibis. Baron knew Ascor better than the others.
I thought you said Ragnar only included Baron in case he saw something.
Ragnar wants answers. He's insisting the murderer is found. You've questioned everyone, and Baron's the only one without a decent alibi. Do you know where Baron is?
I found him in the forest, but he said he takes time off to go to the lift into the Valley of the Damned.
Then we should go there and see what we find. You want me to come with you?
Why would Baron talk about that place if he had something to hide?
Since when have criminals been clever? And Baron's not that smart. Maybe he just let something slip.
What do you think we'll find there?
Who knows? But we don't have any evidence so far, so it feels like we should check this clue out. At least so we can tell Ragnar that we did.
You're serious? You really think Baron did it?
What other leads do we have? Look, let's just check this out and then we'll know for sure.
All right. I'll search the area near the lift that Baron talked about. What is it I'm looking for?
We won't know until we find it. Have a look around, bring me anything you find. Just don't interfere with it.
What do you mean, interfere?
Bring anything you find to me without disturbing it. Whatever you find, we should take it to Ragnar.
Then you know what it is.
No, I'm warning you. Do what I say.
Right.
Just trust me. Your life might depend on it.
Interesting.
Do you think we make a good team, Duras?
Two experienced warriors like us? I feel like there is nothing we cannot do.
I could use your help.
Then you have it.
You think you can keep up with me? I mean, I use a jetpack sometimes.
I know. I have one that I haven't taken to the pit yet.
Can you use it, though? You are a berserker.
Yeah, sometimes rules can be bent. I'll deal with any trouble.
Then let's go. There's an abandoned camp in some ruins to the west of Goliath. You can meet me there.
You lead, I'll follow. The berserkers have held the Alps back with bravery and magic. This fight will call upon those qualities.
I'm not too sure what I just did then, but okay.
Follow me.
Sure.
Duras has joined you. And okay.
Stop messing around with that thing.
But we can still get... Yeah, we can still do that one, okay. Well, let's go with that quest. Oh, excellent. That's really close by. This is fantastic.